Best 3 hours left. That is about your sister. This Sunday she will be my pricey baby. In case you believe in angels, start this video and watch it absolutely. Angel says this isn't always a moment to put off. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. There are only 3 hours left. The divine clock is transferring. This is about your sister. This Sunday she may be positioned in front of a fact so one can shake the very ground under your own family. You do not know what is coming, but heaven does. And heaven is already transferring pieces around to put together you. Archangel Michael says, pay attention closely, due to the fact if you forget about this, a door will close and you will now not be able to reopen it again. My baby, you've got prayed. You have requested for readability. You've got begged for reality. Now, heaven responds, no longer in silence, but with the roar of the archangel's voice. A veil is about to be lifted. You believe you studied, you recognize your sister, but there may be something she has carried in mystery for years. Something she may want to deal with on my own. She turned into wrong. Now the results of what she concealed are spiraling and touching the threshold of your existence. God says, in case you forget about this, the harm will move over and enter your international. However, if you act in religion, if you study each word I'm about to say, you may get hold of divine insight with a purpose to shield not best her future, but your whole own family's legacy. There's a non-secular emergency in motion. A spiritual siren is blaring across geographical regions. Angels are flying quicker than regular. Archangel Michael has unsheathed his sword, now not in violence, however in justice. Due to the fact there's deception that needs to be torn apart. There is a manipulation that has been orchestrated in the back of closed doors, and this Sunday, it reaches its boiling factor. However, heaven isn't asleep. God has been looking the whole thing. Not anything is hidden from him. And what was executed in darkness is about to be brought into divine light. Your sister has cried behind doors you never noticed. She wore a grin in front of you, but wept at night whilst no person changed into looking. She made pics she now regrets. But she kept pretending the whole lot turned into a K, wondering that if she failed to speak, it might all leave. But silence does no longer erase outcome. And now the reality is returning. It is echoing. It smiles, drawing close this Sunday with unstoppable momentum. Archangel Michael says, this is not to disgrace your sister. This is not a punishment. That is a holy exposure. A divine intervention. God is not seeking to hurt her. He's trying to store her. But she won't speak except a person enables her. Except a person suggests her that they already realize, and that love is still ready. You, my infant, are the chosen one for this challenge. This is why you were called to open this message. That is why you couldn't forestall thinking about it. Because your spirit already knows something is off, despite the fact that your thoughts remains catching up. The enemy tried to wrap your sister in chains of secrecy. He tried to convince her that no person might apprehend. He tried to make her agree with that even you will abandon her if you discover doubt. But heaven isn't in agreement with that lie. God says, you have been anointed with strength. You've been gifted with discernment. And even though your coronary heart is gentle, it's also effective. You had been born for moments like this. You had been born to be the one who interrupts the cycle of disgrace. This Sunday, something is scheduled in the religious realm. God has positioned angels on venture. You may both walk into this second organized and protected, or you'll walk into it careworn and wounded. That is why Archangel Michael is being so forceful. That is why he's crying out, open this now. Do not wait. Due to the fact each second you put off, the enemy receives in the direction of manipulating this situation even in addition. Your sister made a decision months ago. She relied on a person she shouldn't have. And now she's trapped. She does not recognize how to get out. The man or woman she trusted is controlling her. The use of records towards her. Retaining her silent. Threatening to inform the world what she did if she ever speaks against them. However, God noticed it all. And God says, enough. The threats have reached heaven's ears. The time for rescue is now. You ought to be ready. You have to watch your phrases. You have to pay attention more than you talk. Whilst your sister opens her mouth this Sunday, it is going to be a delicate second. Don't interrupt her. Let her talk. Even if it shocks you. Even if your soul seems like it is crumbling. Hold area. Due to the fact what she's about to mention might be the start of her freedom, or her downfall. Your reaction is the important thing. Archangel Michael is already standing beside her. He is already whispering to her spirit, giving her courage. But he can't do your element. That is why he came to you today, now not to scare you, however to rouse you. Due to the fact there's a sequence round your sister's lifestyles, and your love, your reaction, your prayer, your presence, it will likely be the sword that cuts that chain. There may be extra. God says this is not just about your sister. It's approximately generational styles. This has happened before in your bloodline. Others on your family have been trapped in similar situations and never got out. Some died with secrets. Some carried shame until their last breath. However, God says, with you, the curse breaks. With you, the silence ends. You're the interruption. You're the breaker of chains. You may experience unworthy. You may feel unequipped. But heaven says otherwise. You're prepared. You have been made ready. The entirety you've survived, each tear you've cried, each betrayal you've persisted, it all prepared you for this genuine moment. Your soul is stronger than you recognize. That is additionally a check. a test of obedience. Will you consider God even when it is uncomfortable? Will you walk right into a fire understanding you won't be burned because angels are surrounding you? Will you stay whilst your intuition desires to run? Heaven is looking. Now not in judgment, but in expectation. They are cheering for you. They're hoping you pick bravery. Due to the fact in case you do, a portal will open. A divine portal. And through it will come healing, reconciliation, and a supernatural blessing that has been saved for years, looking ahead to the proper second to be launched. This Sunday, after the conversation, there can be silence. Do not be terrified of that silence. It is the holy silence of step forward. The earth will experience still, however heaven may be roaring. This is when you'll sense the shift. It really is while you'll recognize the chains have fallen. However, you have to keep this secret. Do no longer tell everyone what you study here. This is not for gossip. This isn't for curiosity. This is a sacred mission. A divine instruction. Protect it with reverence. Speak handiest when led through the Spirit. There is one greater element. After your sister speaks, you will have a dream that night time. Inside the dream, you may see water. You'll see a bridge. You will hear a voice say, "The crossing has started." That dream will verify the whole lot you study here nowadays. It is going to be your divine sign. Do not forget it. Until then, pray to your sister. No longer simply casually. Pray with fireplace. Pray with intensity. Pray as if her soul relies upon on it, as it does. Ask Archangel Michael to live near her. Name on him out loud. He will pay attention you. He'll respond. And while the time comes, whilst your sister appears at you and sooner or later says, "Am I able to communicate to you?" drop the entirety. Pay attention with your coronary heart, now not your worry. And remember, God is with you. You aren't alone. You had been selected for this moment. Heaven believes in you. And because of your obedience, your circle of relatives' tail will alternate forever. Now pass. Prepare. The countdown has begun. 3 hours remain. Archangel Michael is looking. God is guiding. The fact is coming. Are you geared up? If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a first-rate thanks up to $100. The clock continues to be ticking. The air is charged. In realms unseen, angelic scribes are recording the whole thing, your thoughts, your selections, your prayers. Nothing is being missed. You are not forgotten in this second. You ascend a level within the spiritual narrative that heaven has been orchestrating lengthy before you were even born. God says, this isn't always a coincidence. You have been born into your own family for this actual motive. There are no accidents in my country. The bloodline you return from, the siblings you had been located with, the battles you've got needed to face. They were by no means random. I placed you there due to the fact I knew you will be the only who wouldn't stroll away. I depended on you with this divine undertaking. Do no longer be deceived by means of appearances. Your sister might also seem sturdy at the out of doors. However, God sees her soul trembling like a leaf in a hurricane. Her silence isn't peace. It's mild suppression. Her laughter is not pleasure. It is distraction. You understand it. You have visible moments where something felt off, where her eyes gave away the ache that her voice wouldn't specific. That turned into now not your imagination. That became discernment. And it changed into me whispering for your spirit, live close. She's now not okay. This Sunday is not just a communique. It smiles a divine appointment. A holy collision among trauma and fact. Between secrets and techniques and salvation. Among ache and promise. The enemy is livid because he knows he is losing his grip. He attempted to isolate her. He tried to fill her head with lies. He informed her that no person might trust her. He told her that even her personal blood might reject her if she ever informed the fact. But he did now not account to your love. He did no longer calculate your spiritual electricity. And now that he sees you status up, establishing this message, getting ready your heart, he trembles. But do not worry the enemy's anger. You are protected. You're blanketed. There are angels stationed at each nook of your house proper now. Archangel Michael has, in my opinion, assigned heavenly warriors to surround you, defend you, and combat for you in nation-states your eyes cannot see. You could experience anxiety, even fatigue. That is now not weak point. That spiritual strain increasing earlier than the step forward. Hold on. Push fire. You're almost at the brink of the miracle. Your sister's fact has layers. This might not be an easy confession. It's not simply one mistake. There are strands woven together through years of emotional manipulation, spiritual confusion, and external stress. Be affected person with her. She may pause. She may additionally hesitate. She may additionally even check you first to see if you are secure. Do not rush her. Don't try to repair it too speedy. The healing is in the revealing. And now and again, it takes time for a person to unwrap the ache they have wrapped round their identification. God says, you aren't her shoes. You are her bridge. Your position is not to sentence. Your function is to hold space, to stay gift, to turn out to be the evidence that love can still stand even if truth shakes the ground. The family wishes you presently extra than ever. And although it can feel like an excessive amount of to hold, recall, you are not sporting it by myself. My spirit might be with you. My voice will manual your phrases. You won't have to wager. I'm able to fill your mouth at the proper second. There's something else she's no longer telling everybody, but a chunk of her story that connects to a person to your extended own family. This is the part in an effort to take your breath away. That is the component on the way to take your breath away. This is the part she fears the maximum. Because exposing that fact will ripple through generations. However, that ripple is necessary. Due to the fact what isn't always exposed cannot be healed. And what is not healed turns into a sample that repeats. God says, I don't expose to damage. I divulge to deliver. If you run from this, the enemy wins. But if you live, in case you stay grounded in love, you'll witness a supernatural transformation, a good way to mark your family for all time. You'll see chains spoil that have held your bloodline for many years. You will become the purpose someone else for your own family finds the braveness to speak their own truth in the future. Because you said sure. Because you didn't run. Michael is speaking again. His voice echoes via the Spirit. You are not susceptible. You had been built for this. You have got the warrior's heart of heaven. Do not second wager yourself. Do not reduce now. Stand to your authority. There may be also a letter. It is hidden somewhere for your sister's property. She wrote it months ago, wondering she may provide it to you, but by no means did. She poured her soul into those phrases. She wanted to provide an explanation for the entirety but was too scared to will let you see it. That letter is your affirmation. When she finally hands it to you or leaves it with a purpose to discover, examine it on my own. Don't show all people. It's sacred. It's raw. It's her heart on paper. And after you study it, God says, pray immediately. Do not communicate yet. Simply pray. That second will open a portal of peace that starts the healing method for both of you. God says, your sister isn't always the most effective one needing this restoration. You've been sporting your very own silent battles too. You have cried for her, however you have also wept inside the secret corners of the temple. You have been sporting your personal room. You've pretended to be sturdy for all people. But I see you. I see while you're exhausted. I see when your smile is forced. I see while you maintain giving even if nobody thank you. And I am proud of you. My angels sing over you whilst you pick out love over resentment, grace over judgment, religion over fear. This isn't simply your sister's deliverance. It is yours too. As she speaks, you may be let out from burdens you didn't even recognize you have been nonetheless sporting. Antique recollections will upward push. Formative years moments you buried will abruptly resurface. And you'll see how heaven has been weaving your tale together with hers all along. After this Sunday, your relationship along with your sister will never be the same. However, this is not a terrible factor. It will likely be deeper, more potent, extra honest. You will become her anchor, her intercessor, her example of what love looks as if whilst it does not run. And as you preserve her through this, you will sense me protecting each of you. 3 hours. That is the divine window. The angels are already positioning themselves. Time in the spirit isn't like time in the world. In 3 hours, something unseen will shift. Something historical will spoil. Something holy will wake up. However simplest, if you're geared up, this second will echo for generations. It's going to change how your children love. It will have an effect on how destiny marriages in your circle of relatives are built. It will determine whether or not silence maintains or whether fact wins. God says, "My toddler, I've relied on you with this moment because I recognize your coronary heart. You do not surrender effortlessly. You do not stroll away whilst things get hard. And that I promise you this, because you are announcing yes to this holy name, I'm able to praise you in approaches you by no means imagined. I can open doorways no man can shut. I'm able to heal wounds you forgot you had. I will bless you within the open due to the fact you chose obedience in secret." Archangel Michael is smiling. He sees your spirit growing. He sees the fire to your coronary heart being rekindled. He says, "That is the warrior I noticed all along. This is the only I protected considering youth. They're geared up and they may not fail. You are not on my own. You never had been. Heaven is with you." And this Sunday, when the fact comes forth, all of heaven could be watching. No longer in judgment, however in birthday party. Because mild will win. Love will win. And a miracle will start that no pressure in hell can forestall. Preserve on. Agree with the procedure. You are walking into one of the maximum effective spiritual breakthroughs of your complete life. The heavens have waited for this present day. And so have you. God says, this isn't always something to put off or ignore, because what's coming inside the next 3 hours will have an effect on you in approaches you never anticipated. I've dispatched Archangel Michael to supply this message to you, and I have sent this phrase now because this Sunday something will unfold involving your sister that you have not been organized for. But now, my child, it is time to put together your coronary heart and concentrate cautiously. I'm your Father in heaven, and I will no longer depart you unguarded, even if human beings cover things from you. Michael says, I order you to open this now because if you postpone, you may omit the protection that God has already organized for you. Your sister is ready to step into something that could exchange the direction of now not simplest her existence, however yours too. There's a shadow round her that has been whispering fake guarantees, leading her far away from reality and pushing her into a risky alliance. However, heaven is intervening now because you, beloved baby, are being awakened to this truth before it's too past due. The clock is ticking, and also you had been now not purported to realize this but due to your prayers, your love, and your steady devotion. Even whilst you felt left out, I've moved my hand early to guard you both. On Sunday, something can be discovered about your sister which can shake you deeply. Someone she trusts has been manipulating her. A person has been planting lies, and her heart has been gradually turning against you without you realizing it. However, I am the Lord who sees what takes place in secret. I'm exposing this now because you have got the proper to know, and also you need to pray with know-how. Your sister is not your enemy. She is careworn. However, a person close to her, a person you've got visible smile in front of you, has a coronary heart full of envy and bitterness. They have spoken against you in the back of closed doors, encouraging her to stroll far away from your bond. I, the Lord, will now not permit their schemes to prevail in case you concentrate to my voice now. This man or woman has used words like poison, soft at the out of doors but sharp inside, and your sister has all started to trust them. Michael says, your sister is in a room this Sunday with a person who does now not belong in her lifestyles. This assembly will seem ordinary to her, even kind, however it is a lure. If she goes through with what's being planned, a new chain of pain will start. You have to cover her in prayer. You must speak to her gently. Do no longer argue or accuse. Just pray and ask me for the phrases, and I'm able to provide you with prefer. I, the Lord, want you to remember something vital. There had been instances your sister defended you when no person else did. There have been times she prayed for you while you failed to even recognize. And now, despite the fact that something has come between you, I will nonetheless repair what's broken.